Welcome back. I'm Bob Kirkpatrick with today's local sports. 3 Easton Castro touchdown passes and a solid rushing attack led by Jordan LaSalle and a great effort from the Chiefs special teams added up to a 28-12 victory over the Davis Pirates at Lions Field Friday night. Moses Lake got on the board first on a 1-yard run by LaSalle and a Ren Riley point-after attempt to go up 7-0 in the first quarter. TD passes from Castro to Tyson Carstetter and Nick Sutherland pushed the Chiefs' lead to 21-0 at the half. All 3 scores were set up by the Moses Lake special teams unit, who gave the Chiefs outstanding field position. The Pirates erased the goose egg off the board in the third quarter on a 57-yard pick 6 by Jackson Lewis to make it 21-6 Chiefs. The point-after attempt failed. Moses Lake responded with a 16-yard pitch and catch from Castro to Carstetter to stretch the home team's lead to 28-6. Davis rounded out the scoring with a 25-yard touchdown pass from Nikhil Lazat to Max Jones in the fourth quarter to bring the final tally to 28-12 Chiefs. The win over the Pirates improves Moses Lake to 2-1 in the Big 9 standings. The Chiefs are back on the gridiron Friday in East Wenatchee for a game against the winless Eastmont Wildcats. Quarterback Dallas Bassett rushed for 3 touchdowns and completed 15 of 23 passes for 183 yards to lead the Quincy Jacks to their first win of the 2013 season as they turned back the Brewster Bears 36-14. A couple of long Brewster TD runs on 3rd and 1 put the Bears up 14-6 at the end of the first quarter. Quincy hung 10 points on the board in the second quarter to go up 19-14 at the half. The Jacks added 7 in the third and 13 in the fourth quarter to cruise to the 22-point win. The win over Brewster puts the Jacks at 1-0 in Caribou Trail League play and 1-2 overall. Quincy looks to make it 2 in a row Friday when the Jacks head to Omak for a game with the Pioneers. Well, there's never a dull moment in 8-man high school football, and the game between Elmira Cooley Heartline and Soap Lake proved no exception as the teams combined for 1,071 offensive yards and 98 points Friday night. The Eagles hit the road to Warrior Country looking to make it 4 wins in a row and keep their undefeated record intact. But ACH had another thing in mind as they slipped past Soap Lake 58-40. The Warriors struck first on a 39-yard pass from Dallas Isaac to Corey Boutain to take a 6-0 lead. The Eagles responded with a 17-yard pitch and catch from Joe Cutshell to Neil Wells to tie things up and end the first quarter scoring. The teams lit up the scoreboard in the second 12 minutes of action, posting 50 points. When the final halftime whistle sounded, ACH walked off the gridiron with a 36-26 lead. Scoring was held to a minimum in the third quarter, with the Eagles and Warriors finding the end zone once each to bring the tally to 44-32 ACH. Boutain hit pay dirt twice in the fourth to stretch the Warrior lead to 58-32. Julio Gomez was on the receiving end of a 10-yard pass from Cutshell for the Eagles' final score of the game. The loss to the Warriors dropped Soap Lake to 0-1 in the Central Washington 1B Conference and 3-1 overall. The win improves ACH to 1-0 in CWB League play and 1-3 overall. The Warriors are back in action Friday when ACH travels to Waterville for a game with the 0-4 Shockers. Soap Lake hosts the Pateros Billy Goats at 7 p.m. It's hard to imagine a more lopsided contest than the one that took place in Ephrata Friday with the Tigers' 78-8 blowout win over the Wapato Wolves. Ephrata raced out to a 71-point lead at the half. Wapato scored a meaningless touchdown and a 2-point conversion in the third quarter to avoid the shutout. The victory improves the Tigers to 2-1 in the Central Washington Athletic Conference and 3-1 overall. It will not be a cakewalk for the Tigers, however, Friday when they travel to Othello for a game with the 2-1 Huskies. And finally, the Warden Cougars have put enough points on the board to be competitive in all but one game this season. Trouble is, they haven't been able to stop anyone from scoring more. And such was the case Friday when the team dropped a 48-21 game at home to the Riverview Panthers. The loss puts Warden at 0-2 in the 1A SCAC East standings and 0-4 overall. The Cougars take to the road Friday to Mattawa to match up with the Walook Warriors. Well, that's it for sports. We'll be right back after this.